then the most remarkable thing happened. He looked up kind of beyond the ducks and he saw this little black dot flying around in the sky. And he was looking at it and he was thinking, is that a peregrine falcon? Because peregrine falcons were his favorite birds in the whole world. And this was pretty special too, because at this time in history, as many of you may know, there was a pesticide called DDT that was eradicating these birds. So that pesticide would go up the food chain, and when it got to the peregrine falcon, it would thin the eggs of the bird, and when the mama bird sat on the egg, it would squish it and kill the bird. So the population was declining really quickly. So it was a special moment just to see a peregrine falcon. And as he was watching the peregrine falcon, it was sort of circling and observing the ducks, and all of a sudden it kind of folded in its wings and it started diving headfirst through the air, and it was going up to 200 miles per hour. So in an instant, from a dot, it was going through the air so fast, and all of a sudden it was upon the ducks. And right as it got to the ducks, it sort of turned its body and fisted its talons, and it actually punched one of the ducks out of the air. And he was amazed. My 2-year-old would say, "That's one unlucky ducky." Actually it says lucky ducky, but unlucky ducky. So the duck ended up falling out of the air and landing in the creek, and then he watched as this peregrine falcon swooped down and picked up the duck in its talons and kind of flew away really slowly with the weight of the duck in its talons. So in this moment, he had this moment of awe, and he kind of thought back to all of these things that he learned in school about predator-prey and how the food chain works. But it was this moment of it all kind of coming together for him, where he felt like he understood the circle of life in almost a spiritual way. It wasn't just something he was reading in a book. He actually understood that there was an animal that needed to give its life for another animal to live. And that moment really kind of cemented something in his brain forever. And what was really most remarkable about that moment was the sense of joy that he had. It was something that really just pulled on his heartstrings. And he felt like in that moment, he was probably the only human being on the earth that had actually seen that. That he was the only animal. Even the robins seemed to be oblivious to what had just happened. And so there was this new value that was born in his life. And he felt like if he could just practice awareness, and he could be in the right place at the right time, and he would spend lots of time out in nature, that he would have many more moments like this. He actually coined this term, the serendipity of nature. And really, all of us have had those, right? It's a term for those moments where they're just unpredictable and magical, and you're just left with this sense of awe of what you've seen. And the story doesn't end there. Nature Boy went on to continue to search for these moments of heart connection with nature, and those moments ended up blossoming into a deep sense of stewardship and a desire to protect our earth. He ended up building a relationship with nature that stayed with him for a lifetime, and he dedicated his life to protecting the earth. And the way he did this was the best way that he knew how, and that was to share the joy of nature with children. So now it's your turn. And it's not as easy as it was then, really. We're up against a different world. We're up against a place where there's less green spaces and more people, where there's less quiet moments and more constant chatter from our devices, where people have really forgotten how to be bored, and they've forgotten how to sit still. moments where the children's eyes light up because they're touching a bird for the first time, or they're catching a frog, or they're being initiated into adolescence by sleeping in a debris hut that they built themselves. So it's your turn to share your own passion with nature, with the children in your